welcome to my build log for the Hawker Hurricane NK1, the Airfix model. Your typical Airfix model. The details are so-so, but it's Airfix. A lot of room for you to do some vascularization to your model. Now this model here is an entry into the group build we have going over at the Nerd forums over at scalemodelladdicts.com. So if you want to get into it, it's the Battle of Britain Air Superiority group build. So you pick a plane either on the side of the Luftwaffe or the RAF, and then you build your plane and probably do some other special things there after the group build's over, maybe like some kind of voting system or something, but we're not sure yet. Well, anyways, so took the plane. Before this was all put together, what I did, came with raised panel lines, did not like that, sat it off the panel lines. Okay, and then used it to be a scriber as well as a pin vise with a needle in it, using guides, using these templates for scribing. I went ahead and scribed out the lines again. We did all the lines and stuff like that, so it looks pretty good. Put the plane together. For the cockpit, I actually got aftermarket seat for the Hawker Hurricane. I did lose the gun sight, so I had to recreate the gun sight with Magic Sculpt. And then what I did for the glass part of the gun sight was take a piece of the clear sprue and cut out a square piece, rounded out the edges or the corners, and then I buffed it up so it actually looks close, decent, but good enough. And then the next step here is to fix a little more details here. For example, the parts where you glue in the guns area on the wings didn't quite fit, so I'm going to have to go and fill it up probably with CA glue and sand it down a little, just fill it up a little and re-scratch some of the lines there, and then it'll be ready for painting. Also on this model I'm going to do some mods on is the exhaust at the bottom of the plane. Notice in the pictures of the Hawker Hurricane that there's grating inside this, so I'm going to have to put some grating in here, as well as the smaller version of the exhaust that goes under in front of the bigger one. I can't find it in my box wherever the hell it went. So it's a little piece of plastic. Looks like I'm going to have to drill some holes in it, make it look like a real exhaust, and then stick some grating in there. It's a little small piece. It's in here somewhere. The other thing is the model came with a closed canopy, so didn't like that, wanted open canopy. So what I had to do was I dropped the canopy in future, let it dry for 24 hours, and then sawed it down with a saw, and then sawed it in half. So I have two pieces here. While I was sanding this part so that I could actually stick the canopy in the open position, I actually pressed down too hard, cracked the canopy. Which is okay. I think it's a subconscious need to play with vacuum form canopies. Something I haven't done yet either. We were talking about it over at the Nerd forums, so maybe something stuck in my head and I was like, well, let's break this so I have an excuse to actually buy a vacuum form canopy. I'll do that next coming week so I can continue with this model. And aha, found it. This is the smaller version, smaller part of the exhaust that goes underneath. So as I said, it looks like a hunk of plastic. I'm going to have to drill holes in here and then stick a grate in there. So that's where I'm at with the Hawker Hurricane for the group build over at the Nerd forums. And I'll see you guys on the next video log for this kit.